Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. Yes, we are all about saving lives here at the Jamaica Young Police channel, and the reason why we support preemptive strike because it is a policy that saves lives, because we're all about saving lives over here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. Yes, you know, life is precious. You only get one life, so that's the reason why we're all about saving lives here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. You know, so that is one of our philosophy and motto over here, you know, you understand. But before we begin this video today, we want the criminal supporters, enablers, sympathizers, financiers and beneficiaries to know that we do not want them over here. Yeah, please go elsewhere, man. We do not want your views, comments or support, because we hate criminals with a passion and we do not negotiate with terrorists or want them in our midst. Please go elsewhere. You are not welcome. So you must understand, if somebody is telling you that they do not want you in their midst, why are you coming? The honest person we know do such thing, you know. It's people like Beanie Man, you see him Beanie Man and him still a come around here and him thinking that we don't want you guys over here. Yeah, period. We don't care about you, from your criminal supporter, anything to do with criminals. Don't come over here. We don't want you here, because we don't negotiate with criminals. We're a group of law-abiding citizens, and we do believe that criminals must live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. That's our motto over here. So don't come over here and we don't want to hear what about and this and that. We don't into that madness. Alright, so today at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we're going to discuss about Dr. Dawes. You know, Dr. Dawes is put himself in the ring to run for the PNP, to represent the PNP in Waterford. That's where we used to live. Yes, you know, we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we used to live in a Waterford that before you have all of them Third World and all the other places, you know. My parents were one of the original residents of Waterford. You understand? You know, them tiny boy, I tell you, the shit tank, it really stink. So we want to, you know, Dr. Dawes, I don't know which world I'm living, but he has been echoing some things when I don't think he believe what he has said, you know, because if Dr. Dawes believe what he's saying, that means Dr. Dawes don't have any conscience, because everything that he's echoing about the PNP party and its supporters, Dr. Dawes is just lying to himself. Because if you remember a woman by the name of Eda Robinson and what happened to her, you want people like Eda Robinson in the party to bring the party to a political party and change it from a criminal organization. So now that Dr. Dawes have been receiving death threats and all kind of thing from the people in Waterford. So I want you to listen to what Dr. Dawes is saying first, and then I'll let you hear what the residents of Waterford, where we used to live, we still have ties to Waterford, same way. Yes, we have ties to Waterford, same way, because, you know, that's where we, you know, we spend a lot of part of we in our life. And those who are talking about my little brother were Detective Sergeant and Marlon this and Marlon that, I can't kill Marlon, you know, because Marlon is an idiot unless Marlon a fool for me to kill him, you understand? So we continue the journey, and we want you to listen to what this man is saying. Because Dr. Dawes, I don't know what kind of rum he might drink or why him over there sniff, because he is a madman, believe you me. So you watch, you listen, you decide.
Comrades and residents of Southeast St. Catherine, since the announcement of my selection as a standard bearer for the People's National Party in the constituency, I have been deliberately quiet. This out of respect for the many comrades who did not see their candidate achieve the nomination. I know it is difficult psychologically. You worked hard It was a well-spirited fight from both sides, and I commend you. I still look forward to working with everyone who has the interest of the party and the constituency at heart. My tent remains open. However, at 3 a.m. this morning, I received a threatening phone call with the caller stating that what happened to the constituency office was only the beginning and they would find me where I lived. Now, when you cross that line of threatening my family, all gloves are off. And in deference to unity, I thought about being silent about the matter. However, I am going to make this clear. I am going nowhere. I have been selected fair and square based on the party's internal polls. My silence has allowed a lot of misinformation, half-truths, and blatant lies to take root. Chief among these is the assumption or the statement that I lost the internal runoff. In every single constituency that has been polled, it is the winnability, the electability of the candidate passing that benchmark of 25% that has been used. Nowhere in any constituency has the favorability polls been used to make any determination on a candidate's ability to win an election. It is misleading to put out a favorability poll and claim victory. When a head-to-head matchup is made, I come out ahead of the incumbent at 7.3%. Mr. Campbell comes out at only 5.3%. There is a larger gap between myself and the incumbent if people are to be polled as to who they will vote for. That has been the yardstick used by the party leader to determine that I am the better candidate in terms of winning in the general elections. That I am ahead of Mr. Campbell is further compounded or reinforced, has greater significance by the fact that in only 6 weeks, with only 14% or 16% of people seeing me, having a favorable opinion of me as a politician, they still would go out and vote. It means that the persons who don't have an opinion of me, because they don't know me as a politician, I have a larger pool to campaign to over the next 2 years or whenever the general election is called. When this misleading information is put out to make it appear as if I lost this election and then I was foisted upon the people who are resisting, it led to a very careless move to rile up supporters. And what that has done is to cause a mob who are unrepresentative of the wider constituency or the party to take upon themselves instructions that they are to fight back. And with the burnings, the defacement of campaign vehicles, my personal vehicle as well as the PNP's campaign vehicle, they ran amok. They were emboldened by the silence of those who ought to have reined them in.
You see, we at the Jamaica Young Police and we want to show you that, Dr. Dawes, you see, the Dr. Dawes is not because, he's not every educated person, he's intelligent. You see, the Dr. Dawes is a straight idiot, or him just somebody who's a propagandist. I talk about people for reigning people. It's what kind of madness this man saying. Him forgot about this woman named Eda Robinson, who Bulby literally forced her to resign from the PNP as a member of parliament when it's her party and PJ Patterson was prime minister. And the reason why the people in Waterford did that, they said that it's a criminal organization and based on what happened, how he got the nod to represent the party and it wasn't done fairly. So it's the same complaint that they have with Wavell Hines, So the PNP party now, so that's why the people must say, wait, but it's a criminal organization. The PNP is not abiding by the party rules and regulation and how to, put candidate forward. If them not like you, or if you're not part of the cabal, hey, too bad we just have to select with things as a autocratic and communist doctrine they're using over there. So this man here, Dr. Dawes, unconscionable. And, we continue the journey. I wanted to listen to him, because you understand, I don't know where these people come from. And this man cannot be a Jamaican. Dr. Dawes cannot be a born Jamaican for him to be echoing such things. You understand? Because we know, we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, born and grew in our PNP community, and that's at the belly of the beast. That's where all criminality started. So we continue the journey. I want you to listen to this man, because this man must be drunk or something, or he's not familiar with the history of the Pnplgbtq plus party.
The torching or the firebombing of the constituency office is one of the darkest days in the history of the People's National Party, where people who claim that they're PNP supporters would rile up a group, finance them.
Well, one thing for sure we can say at the Jamaica Young Police Center, that Dr. Dawes live in a different world. For him to be saying the firebomb is the darkest day in the PNP in the history. Well, Dr. Dawes, maybe you need to check out the Jamaica Young Police Channel so we educate you with history. Because if you ever hear about the two most notorious political terrorists from in the 70s, named Bory Boy and Federmap. Them lead a gang of terrorists go up to the Labour Right, up to the GLP head office in Belmont Road in New Kingston, and them kill a security guard, stab him and kill him, and them never even charge it because the PNP was in government and Michael Manley protect them. And I'll give you another reminder. I want you to look at the screen, because this is directed to you, and your wife and your children, to show you that you're naive. You see, both of these men were killed by Pnplgbtq plus gunman. And the Pnplgbtq plus party is a criminal organization. You see that man, Edward Ogilvy was a civil servant, and he was there protecting the people's coffers, which is the purse, the money, not to give to the gunmen them out in East Kingston. And what them do? Them give him some bullet and kill him. And the other man at the bottom, that man is named Douglas Chambers. And Douglas Chambers was appointed as the chairman to JUTC by the former thief in criminal sympathizer and enabler Bruce Golding. And this man them from Klansman gang kill him. Yes. Tesha Miller is the one who got the order from people tap in at the Pnplgbtq plus party and kill Douglas Chambers. And you are said this is the darkest day. Man, you're not a conscience, man. You better stick to medicine and leave, because you don't know what you're stepping into. You're stepping in for, I'm not telling you to walk away. I am just telling you, sir, you're just being unconscionable, because if you think these people play, because it's a terrorist terrorist and a criminal organization you enter into, You understand? So we continue the journey. I want you to listen to this man, because we're just here to educate people, We're not taking any side. We don't care about them and what they want to do, because If you people do not want the PNP to change, the PNP won't change, because this is the PNP MO. Terrorism, terrorize their opponent and those within the party, and if you don't, them get rid of you somewhere somehow. So although the party selected you, I can tell you Mark Golden can provide security for you and all of them things, the 24/7s, because unless you're going to get security guard, and you don't want nothing more than what they did to Lesmore, Willie Williams last year. And Willie Williams are more comrade than you. Willie Williams a PMP from Norman Monday days, and them same one kill him. Mark Golden, them did know say them are kill him, Anthony Hilton, and them don't know nothing about it. So you there about say you are going to change. Change what? You can't change the party. No, you can't change it. Edda Robinson try, and she have to run for your life. So we continue the journey, because you don't know what you're up against. You're naive, or you're living in some la land. Yeah, so we continue.
And have them torch or set fire to a constituency office that is going to be serving the community and the workers. Since that red line was crossed, I have started my own investigations, and I have the names of the persons who were in that car that started the fire. And I know who was the mastermind behind the whole thing. I am going to be turning over the names to the police for their further investigations, and I'm going to hope that the witnesses who saw and heard of the plans are willing to step forward. Because
Why comrade Alvin Dawes, I don't know which world I'm living in. What witnesses is talking about? And the PNP them start kill witnesses, you know. Is the PNP them start kill witnesses from going to court? It start by a boy named Chris Brown from Payne Avenue. He is the first person to start killing witnesses in Jamaica. It start by the Pnplgbtq plus party. You can, if you have access to Portia Simpson, you can ask her. You can ask the lawyer named Bert Samuels. Yes, you can ask Bert Samuels. Why you think Bert Samuels are going to politics? Bert Samuels a comrade like you know, but him smart. Him not stick to him. Him stick to him. Him discipline. You better stick. Your discipline is to be a doctor. What's so interesting that you want to put your life on the line with these people? You think them nice? These people are not nice people. So I don't know what you're talking about. Witnesses. Which PMP you think I go give police statement if you say them Simon a Taj place and them live in the same community? I don't know what you're drinking, my brother. You understand? The criminality that we're experiencing in Jamaica emanates from your party. And I am telling you that as a former detective at Unsby. The killing of witnesses start by the Pnplgbtq plus party. You understand? It started under the leadership of Michael Manley in the 90s, when they realized is a same PNP lawyer told the family member of Christopher Brown from Payne Avenue that if the witnesses in the murder case did not turn up for court, then the men who charged the murder of the three men, they will all be acquitted by the court, because there's nothing the court can do without the witnesses. So the lawyer did not tell them directly or indirectly to kill the witnesses. So they get the idea from the lawyer, and that's how it spread. Because before then, somebody's a witness in a murder case, people respected them, and those people weren't living in fear of losing their lives. Your party is the one that started the killing of witnesses in Jamaica. And when I say that without any apologies, I make sure I use evidence to point to the same. It started by the Pnplgbtq plus party when Michael Manley was Prime Minister in the 1990s. So we'll continue the journey.
this represents the dirty underbelly of politics, and I am going to gut it. I am not going to tolerate a small group tarnishing the good name of the PNP in Southeast St. Catherine and on a whole in Jamaica. We must rise up as one and say no to this dirty type of politics. I reject violence in politics. It is no more simple enough to say nothing, because as of 3 a.m. this morning, silence means complicity. I am calling on all well-thinking PNP supporters to reject and publicly denounce all acts of violence and intimidation.
One thing I know that Comrade Dawes, I don't know what you're drinking or what you're smoking, because this is the MO of the Pnplgbtq plus party. Terrorize, terrorize, terrorize. You know, you didn't follow up the Klansman trial the other day. That was also, you get a glimpse inside how the PNP operate. So what are you talking about? You cannot stop what is happening, you know. It have to come from the leadership at the top. You think Mark Golan is going to come out and denounce them? If Mark Golan come out and denounce these guys that have done this to the PNP party, to, you know, the vehicles and the defacement and burning down of the Constituent, if Mark Golan comes out and denounce them, you can know that the party is going in a different direction. But if he doesn't, my suggestion to you is to have to think about your future. If you want to exist in this world or the other, Mark Golan cannot come out and denounce him, because that's the hallmark of the Pnplgbtq plus party. It's a criminal organization. I do not know you, never met you. The only thing I know that you're a very good, I know that you're a good doctor based on your background, and I know that at one time you had some disagreement with the government and you migrate to Bahamas and you did some work because there was some disagreements between you and the government. But my brother, all of these things that you're saying is just a figment of your imagination, because it's not going to happen. For changes, a man with your thinking and your philosophy that you denounce violence, you know, there's no room for you in the Pnplgbtq plus party. Just don't look no further. Edda Robinson, Sister Edda Robinson was trying to change the party, and who you think had to leave? She, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, supported the criminals. You understand? And for you to be saying all of this, in case you don't know, you see the same man, yes, there, Ted Ogilvy, the man at the top that you see, that's a man that was killed in the 70s. I don't know how old you are, but at the time I was a little youth growing up in Jamaica, it was the PNP party, you know, that ordered the hit on this man and they killed him. And you know that the boatmen who killed him, George Flash and Anthony Brown, boatmen, they went to Cuba and they were given refuge in Cuba for years, 13 years. And when they returned to Jamaica, they were given an hero's welcome, as if they went and they had fight for the country. Jamaica not war with anybody, you know. Jamaica is at war with itself. And they returned to a hero's welcome in East Kingston, in which the Prime Minister of Jamaica, it is alleged that PJ Patterson, from information received and obtained, that they keep a big celebration party out there for boatmen. And the amount of gunshot that they fire out there at the party, the celebration of the criminals. So I don't know what you're talking about. So we'll continue the journey, because, you know, we're just here, you know, just to educate you. Because one thing with liars, you know what liars hate? Liars hate people with good memory. You understand? And people who can do their research. So we'll continue.
That are towards me and the party leader. When we as one stand up to those violent dregs in our midst and let them know they have no place in the PNP, then we can stand up to the people of Jamaica and let them know that we do not tolerate any criminal activity and we are the solution for crime. Until we do that.
Yes, Dr. Dawes is not a Jamaican. Dr. Dawes is a foreigner. Dr. Dawes is a foreigner. The party that is responsible for terrorism in Jamaica, the man is telling the people them that they are the solution to crime. How are you going to be the solution to something when you are the one, you are the architect of it? Because before then, you know, we didn't have any problem or any violence until the PNP sent 1,000 youths from my community and other part of the Kingston metropolitan area to Cuba to train and come back and terrorize the people them. Teach them how to use dynamite, grenade and all them things there. So I don't know what you're talking about. Which part is the solution to crime? Any police who have any conscience, but we know a lot of them don't. They will tell you that the only time from independence, the only time the police or the people get any support from the government against criminality was in the 1980s when Siaga was Prime Minister. You understand? That is when criminals used to live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. And right now, at this juncture, we have two political parties, one in government and the Pnplgbtq plus party, which is the opposition party. And them, Mark Golden will never denounce criminals. I can bet you on that. You think Mark Golden, he cannot do that because the only way for the PNP to win election, they have to terrorize the people. So you get that in your head. I don't know what you're drinking, but if you are drink, stop it. Or if you are smoke, you better stop. Anything where you are smoke. Or if anything where you are sniff, you better stop it. You understand? So we continue the journey because you don't live in this world. You don't live in a Jamaican. You're not a Jamaican at all. Believe you me.
We are going to be in opposition for a long time. The rooting out of persons who claim to be a part of politics in Jamaica, and they are criminals and thugs, people who would never be caught up in a truck back in a state of emergency, but are worse than 100 gunmen because of the orders they send out. Those persons need to be purged from our midst. And I am starting that crusade as of today. Meanwhile, I still am open to working with every single comrade who believes that I am the person to help them take back the seat from the JLP. As I have been selected fair and square, having been victorious in the poll that matters, the polls that from the inception of the ideas of polls was a yardstick to be used, the poll that has been used in multiple constituencies. I am claiming that victory humbly, and I submit to you that let us work together to build back the constituency as the electoral machinery of the constituency, and at the same time purge those violence producers from our midst. I will be seeing more of you as I continue my walks. Thank you. That are towards me and the party leader. When we as one stand up to those violent dregs in our midst and let them know they have no place in the PNP, then we can stand up to the people of Jamaica and let them know that we do not tolerate any criminal activity and we are the solution for crime. Until we do that.
Yes, so listen to Dr. Dawes. You know that Dr. Dawes is a man where he doesn't live in the real world. He lives in a fictitious world, a different world from most people. Because if Dr. Dawes lived in the real world, you would know that the Pnplgbtq plus party is a criminal organization. And if you remember that earlier, if Dr. Dawes was following politics, he would have known that Lesmore, Les Williams, you understand? But you know, with them dirt, them kill brother Willie, Lesmore, Willie Williams, them kill him last year, December. 10 days before they kill him, the PNP hierarchy knew that they were going to kill him. Mark Golding knew, Anthony Hilton knew, all of them. So for you to be saying that now, that you want to root out the criminals in the organization, it's a criminals organization, my brother. So welcome to the club. It's one of two things. Either you're going to stay or you're going to leave. Because you can't change the PNP party. That's how its machinery is. And you being selected to represent the people in Waterford, they said that they don't want you because you weren't elected by them. The process that how you got to represent the seat is through gangsterism, badmanism. The party is using on you and them. So it's the second time now, the party has go against its constitution and put someone as the standard bearer for the party. The same thing they did in Senton with Wavell Hines. So it's a pattern. So that goes to show that the PNP is a criminal organization. They're not following none of the rules, none of the constitution within the party. So by any means necessary. So you people only open up on yourself to show you who you are. So we continue the journey. So we want to show you what the people of Waterford, they are saying about Dr. Dawes and the Pnplgbtq plus party hierarchy. You watch, you listen, you decide.
Just tell me your name, please.
My name is Rosie. I'm from Waterford Division. Represent Southeast St. Catherine.
Correct.
Mark Golding, one question alone I want to ask you. One. You want the PNP get Southeast St. Catherine? You want the PNP them come back in a power? Why are you doing this to we Southeast? You never hear about we Southeast people. Right. We don't play. Right. And if you don't give it what you want, no Alric, no vote. No Alric, no vote. No workers. We not work. We not vote. And let me tell you this again. Robert Miller is going to win back in Southeast if you don't give with Alric Campbell. And that's all I have to say.
Yeah, so I wanted to, these people, they are from the community where I used to live before. I even joined the police force. Even after I joined the police force, I was still, living in Waterford. You understand? And they are giving the party a message to let them know what time it is. And you hear what the woman said, that they don't play. You understand? And the reason for the anger that these people are showing is because this man, Dr. Dawes, was selected by the party, not by the people. And the people don't want anything to do with it. So they are telling the PNP LGBTQ plus hierarchy, say if you don't give with Alric, hey, no vote, you're not going to win. And if you listen to what Dr. Dawes had said, that them going to win back them seat, I did not know that what Southeast St. Catherine was made and put on seat for the the PNP LGBTQ plus party. But this is it. You have to understand that Portmore, I am telling you people, Portmore, the entire Portmore, Waterford, Brayton, everywhere, it's supposed to be a spin-off, it's supposed to be Arnett Garden 2.0, supposed to be solid PNP community. And he said this man named Andrew Wallace, Michael Manley 2.0, knock them out. Them don't know, them can't recover from what he has done. Because he has all the charisma, everything of Michael Manley 2.0. So we continue the journey. So I want you to listen to these comrades. These are PNP, and a labor right, no labor right here. It's just PNP attack about them party. We have no beef in the fight, but we're just educating the people with truth, facts, nothing else. You watch, you listen, you decide.
Why you burning the shirt?
Because them are some fireman. Some fireman.
So you give up totally?
Yes, they train the street.
They fail you. PNP upon PNP shirt. So you're fed up, not true? You're fed up, not true?
No more PNP around here. My head get burned.
So long you support them around here so far?
45 years now.
45 years. 45 years. What you get?
Not even a cock chicken.
So you're sick and tired of it?
Yes.
You're fed up of it?
My stomach sick now. Yes.
So you tell them say time to change. So who you go support?
You see my house, then they might go sit till me not look out the door when me hear people attack. You can't look through the critics and say,
so who you?
Your wholeness, the best in Bill Highway, round here, highway down here, highway everywhere, and nobody else. Where's your name? Brazil way, too much weight far we know.
We are going out massive way.
We go to Santa Cruz. We go to Santa Cruz as a head PNP. We used to drive a car, we crash in our man gate, so under pure PNP. And when me take a stop, when me look,
I'm learning.
You see the crowd there?
Yeah, man.
Because them I say, true, they don't have a sitting there and say,
He not drunk, man. A multi drink. A multi drink. He not drunk. People we on the road tonight, and we find a man we saying support the PNP for over 45 years, but he's sick of it, tired of it, he needs change, and he's supporting Delroy slowly. My God, man. See them take off his shirt and a burn it. See them.
Man said to me, police when I drive nothing tonight. $1,000.
A multi drink, he not drunk.
And they might give 5,000, 4,000.
Yeah.
And it's $1,000 a head PNP. That is a man named Pagan from out of Goshen. And several nights we can't go here. Only know them in all of my heart.
So you want change?
Want to change.
You're sick of it, you're tired of it. Well, me second your boss. Me second your boss.
But they send gunman come.
This is a PNP area, they need change. Oh God, man.
No good.
So you not support the sense if a dog come?
Hear me? If you work for a man, and him appear 2, and he not appear 3, why working? And nothing not going into your yard. As a man with family, you have to fed up, brother. Me say that.
Respect and blessing.
Put it on the internet.
If you not PNP and see what going.
PNP attacks.
Blessings, blessings.
Yeah, so we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. We do not know any of these people in the video, and it was just sent to us, and we just letting you as a viewers and subscribers, you watch, you listen, you decide. So we have no comment about what that man has just said. He said he's a PNP for 45 years, and he said that they are tricksters. However, we don't want to send no gunman go kill this man. The man a countryman. The man ain't no badness. The man say no. Him a PNP before 45 years, and him say they are tricksters, and him say him know that when we send people come kill him. So let's see. You watch, you listen, you decide. So we're gonna end right now. Make you listen to Comrade Dawes. Yeah, want you to listen to him because he's the one this video is all about.
That are towards me and the party leader. When we as one stand up to those violent dregs in our midst and let them know they have no place in the PNP, then we can stand up to the people of Jamaica and let them know that we do not tolerate any criminal activity and we are the solution for crime. Until we do that.
Well, Dr. Dawes, I don't know where you're from in Jamaica, if you're from rural Jamaica or if you're from the Kingston metropolitan area, as I am. I'm from the belly of the beast, Jonestown. And there's a man that you're looking at right at your screen, and that's why we save him for the last. His name is George Flash. Yes, George Flash. He was one of the men who killed kill Ted Ogilvy. Yes, Ted Ogilvy was a government employee, a civil servant. He was a permanent secretary at the Ministry of Construction. That's where the secretary, the permanent secretary, are responsible for dispersing funds. And this man had stopped funds from going to criminals in East Kingston, PNP enclave, and he was killed. And that is the face of the PNP party. When that man returned to Jamaica, you know where that man was working, that wanted man. He spent 13 years in Cuba. You know where he was working? He was working in the office of the Prime Minister, P.J. Patterson. George Flash was working in the office of the Prime Minister, P.J. Patterson. So that is the PNP party right there, Dr. Dawes. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.